Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and today I have a very interesting unboxing here. I pre-ordered the X Plus Shin Godzilla, or Gojira if you prefer, and this was a hit and miss for me. This is the RIC Boy exclusive. RIC stands for something. It's not actually named after a person named Rick Boy. It's an acronym for something. I just don't know it right now. But I paid a pretty penny for Shin here. I paid about $280 plus shipping was probably $300, and I'll tell you right now up front, I think you should save your money or buy the regular edition. And I'll get to my reasoning later on. I'm not saying it's a terrible figure, but given the extra head and the application of the paint, because he's like supposed to be breathing his like atomic, a flame, and if you haven't seen Shin Godzilla, it's pretty hardcore. I just felt like certain aspects were missed, and I think the regular version, it's what you need. Anyway, so yeah, so they go over the instructions are pretty simple. You take his tail off and his head's off. Okay, but I will say though that I was super excited to get this figure, and I still have him displayed. I did modify him. If you go to my videos, you'll see like this really random like 10-second video where I figured out how to put LEDs inside of him and just went crazy with it. So that's something you can do, and I wish this had come with that. I wish they would design these X Plus figures with the capability of having LEDs. So yeah, that's the RIC Boy exclusive. Oh god, I'm spelling stuff again. That's the RIC Boy exclusive, and essentially the head. You saw some of the pictures at the beginning, but it looked fairly well. But the only thing is that the application of the kind of this like pale white didn't really come out too well, and hopefully in this video you'll get to see closer looks at that. The tail was awesome, actually. The tail is like it's all painted like, I guess, red first. It was painted with this very transparent red, and then they went over it with this like charcoal black color. And when you hold it at certain angles, you can see the red like seeping out of his skin, and it has a really cool effect to it. His big old feet. So he's all hollow inside. He's all hollow inside, and this actually helped me when I was modifying him. I only had to solder one part of him, and it was very small, and you will not see it. So towards the end of the video, I'll let you know what I actually did there. Alright, so here's a closer look at him, and he's a very well detailed figure. I mean, for what he is, he's a giant lizard dragon monster. But he doesn't really have a huge color palette. The reds and the purple are really what stand out here. And under light, like normal light like this, I have daylight light bulbs here. You can kind of see all the creases in his skin and all the kind of gaping wounds he has on him. And it looks great, but when you put light inside of him, he just looks phenomenal. It's like a whole nother figure. But yeah, I really was annoyed by those plugs that connect to his body, because his legs also come off, but they already come attached. Yeah, and there's a difference between the RIC Boy that I have comes with this head, and the paint job's a little different. They add that purple kind of glow to him. But honestly, I'm gonna say get the original. You're gonna save like $40–50, maybe more now. I don't know how much it is going for right now, but I just feel like the purple does not really come out that well, and it does flesh out a little. It blends a little well, and you'll see like when I shoot some wider shots of him. But I don't know, just the head doesn't look well in his pose. Like the way his body is like positioned, this is the head, the standard head. This one here is what you really should have him with. Now if he was more like torqued, or he was turning, or his body was raising up, I can understand you using the other head. But you'll see shots that I have him with the roaring head. They kind of look a little weird, but I mean, it's all up to your taste. To me, you know, I have my own vision of Godzilla, so in the end, it's really up to your taste. Yeah, just see, like here, the purple looks great, and like at the tip of the tail, I've heard people say they like it, they don't like it. Because on the original, they paint it with like really sharp details, and on the RIC Boy exclusive, it's like glowing, like super hot, and that comes out really great when you put in the LEDs. So you know, it's hit and miss, you know, for some people, and for me, I love Godzilla, so I'm not gonna sell this figure. I'm gonna keep it. And really, that's why I make this, you know, make these videos, so you guys can get, you know, get an outlook of it and make your own opinion. But here's actually where I kind of start testing out the glowing feature to Godzilla. So this was just me putting my iPhone light into his tail, and that's just very minimal light. So what I did later on is I got some LED. I had like an old LED strip that I just had extra, and I was able to put it into his tail all the way to the end, because the tip of his tail comes off too. Oh look, there you go. That's the RIC Boy exclusive head. See, and if they would have just made this figure like LED compatible, like if they had designed it to where, yeah, people can put their own LEDs in it, like all the fixtures are there inside, they just maybe don't provide the LED, that would have been great, you know, because like his spines on his back don't light up. So there's his tail. You can kind of see how really cool it looks with that red. Now with mine, the RIC Boy, there's like shades of purple in there, so you can kind of see the reds and the purples. But the regular edition, it just looks like this kind of it's like exhaust is burning, smoking coal of red, and he does look really cool with that. But yeah, guys, make your own decisions here. I mean, I do kind of wish I hadn't paid so much for him, but I was so excited to get him, and it was hard to find merchandise for him because I think a lot of it was being exclusively sold in Japan. But I think NECA's doing a version of him, but the smaller versions haven't been coming out so well. I think the Bandai one may have come out well. I think I've seen a couple videos of that one. But oh dear God, these like little, I don't know what you call these like plugs, I guess, they're such a hassle to put in, because you're afraid that you're gonna like tear off the actual like piece, the plug, and then you're worried that you're gonna scrape off pieces of the paint. So here I'm just like I'm like just not even putting in all the way in. I'm just kind of winging it, just like letting it there just to give you a scale of his size. And he's really long, like in terms of like length, he's really long, so you're gonna need a big display case to actually put him into. Oh, it's sad. That's like the NECA Godzilla. That's the SH Monster Arts Godzilla. So he just like outsizes these guys. I think that's the Bandai 2000 Godzilla. Yeah, and this was my first X Plus Godzilla. I've been wanting to get, you know, some of these in my collection. So he's the first Godzilla, and I'm okay with him. Oh God, he got all depressed when he said that. And I'm okay with the way he came out. I just wish they had made him more compatible, because with LED lights, like those spines in the back, when you put in LEDs, there's 2 layers of plastic. There's like this really thick plastic that they put on the inside of him, and it coats it, so it's hard for the light to kind of penetrate. And then the spines are a separate piece that glue onto the back, so if you put light, it doesn't really come out. And oh yeah, I thought this was cool. They kind of painted his eye like a silvery coat because in the movie, I guess it's so bright, the beam, that this like this film comes over his eye and it blocks out the light so he doesn't like blind himself. Yeah, just giving you another like a contrast. And here you can actually see his beady little eye in there. Oh god. So here he is. Here he is with the LED not fully inside of him. This was just me kind of like, I just got the end of the LED and just put as far as I can through his tail. It sounds so bad. But yes, this was an easy procedure. I think anyone can do this. What I had to do though is where you saw me putting in the plug for his tail, not that in the other end. Where the plug is, I just soldered the end of it to make room for the LED to come out of his tail, so it would still fit seamless. So the tail would plug in there. I did have to take out a leg and the tip of his tail and his head. The tip of his tail does come off, at least on the RIC Boy exclusive. I can't say that about the original. It does come out and it goes back in. It has its own plug. So I took those things out. I folded them in. I tried to put them in most of his joints. And if you want to see like a full out version of it, go back, go to my channel. I have this 10-second video where I just like, I was so happy I just put like random colors, and with some music in the background, he looked pretty cool. But yeah guys, I always like to learn more about you and the community, and maybe in the bottom below let me know if you've made any modifications to some of your collectibles, and were they successful or do you regret doing it? Because this was not a cheap figure for me. This is kind of pricey, but in the end I felt like he needed to be true to the film, and I felt like putting those LEDs inside of him would improve him, whatever what they've already done with him though. So let me know what you guys think of modifying figures or modifying your collectibles, because I've seen some really good modifications or quote-unquote upgrades done to them, and they come out really good. But I've seen some where I'm like, oh, that's questionable. Yeah guys, and let me know if you want me to do more of these kind of like plastic or vinyl reviews. You know, I don't really review action figures just because there's a lot of good channels out there that already do that, and I'm kind of phasing out my action figure collections. But if you still want me to, I don't mind reviewing more like Japanese or kind of these what would I call it, these imported products. So if you want me to review those, just let me know. Put a like on this video so I know that you want to see more of these things. And like I said, I'm always learning. I'm always upgrading every video I put out. Hopefully the audio on this sounds a little bit better compared to the others. Trying something a little different. And oh, here I go again, trying to put this little dudes to fight them. But yeah, just Alright folks, it's almost that time, so I do recommend the original, not this version. And until next time, or until this guy kills me, you guys stay super.